Team Marker, good boy review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I am your host, Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get right to it. This is actually a movie that, right before we get into it, guys, before Angela tells you the release title and date of this, this comes out later this week. And first and foremost, thank you, Shudder, for letting us IFC films. Thank you for letting us watch this at early access and everything. And one of the things I do want to say, this movie had a lot of Google searches. It actually had one of the number one Google searches when the trailer first came out and the poster, because it led to some animal
People just
horror
wanted
animal elements.
People knew right away when this first was marketed that it was a horror movie in the point of view from the dog.
Yeah.
So naturally, most people,
Does
including myself,
survive? Yeah.
does the dog make it?
Yeah.
Does the dog die?
So us as being humans, we love animals and everything. So it's just it's that curiosity, right? And a lot of people were looking up that, and so it was one of the number one things when it first came out. That was like the number one trend on Google searches.
It was.
So I was like, damn. Yes. But anyways, this movie's only 73 minutes. But without further ado, Angela, why don't you read us off the title and then synopsis of this movie?
So if you haven't guessed already, we are reviewing Good Boy.
Good Boy.
So a loyal dog moves to a rural family home with his owner, only to discover supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one he loves the most. So Ryan, kick us off. I know this is a little bit different than some of the horror movies that we're usually used to, or supernatural movies that we're used to watching. What were your thoughts after watching this?
So one of the key things I do want to say, I would say it's kind of not, it's kind of like our usual, right? We do a lot of independent filming, and we've seen countless Shudder movies, great movies, some of them great, some of them not so great, some of them cult-like with Shudder and everything. And so one of the first things I'm going to say is this a Shudder movie? Yes, it's an IFC Shudder film, but was this a really good film? And I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say definitely. This is entirely the point of view of Indy, which is the dog's name. And at first, though, you're kind of like lost in a concept of what's going on, because you're just curious, and that's just the habit of myself as a human being, because I'm just like curious. I want to know what's going on.
And you're impatient.
And I'm very impatient. But again, though, here's the thing. The thing with me is that it's very entertaining. One of the key things I'm going to say as well is the lighting is so good. There's solid moments on there that the dog looks so detailed, too sharp. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but for me, I noticed that a lot. It was very sharp and on the dog, on especially different scenes. But I don't know. That was just my small little pet peeve. Another small little pet peeve, but again, it could be the point of this movie, because it's the point of view of a dog, was there's a lot of dark elements where you don't even know what the hell's going on. And I was just kind of annoyed.
Point.
Yeah,
I think it's intentional.
Yeah, and I get it. It's intentional, fine. But at the same time, though, when you're showing your audience, I kind of feel like, okay. And then it just, when the results happen, it actually ends up being really good. The best part of this movie, I would say, is the last 15 minutes. Last 15 minutes of the movie is the best part, I would say.
Maybe like 20.
Yeah, 15,
definitely
20,
it definitely picks up, because I think most of the film kind of sets up.
Yeah.
And you kind of get little snippets here and there. It's a build up. And of course, the climax happens in the last 15 minutes of the movie. It's definitely, I think, like you say, it's interesting that not a lot of info is shared. You just kind of have to pick up on little things here and there. But I think that's the point, because it's the point of view of the dog. Dogs don't know nuances of disease and all this happening. So I think that's why it's confusing, because it's from the point of view of the dog. The dog doesn't know worldly things other than he just loves the owner.
And we see that a lot, because we see the noises, we see the shadows, we see the figurines in darkness, if you will. Shadows, and honestly, it's a different concept. It really is. It's something very different, something we're not too much used to. Another key point I did want to say was that it's almost to where, when you think about it, the human that did not know what was around, and it was cool. It was clear to us, because the human didn't realize what the dog was seeing at the same time. So it was very interesting there, the whole concept and everything. And it's definitely intriguing, man. I loved it. Seeing, after thinking about it, we're like, oh, that's what it's about.
I mean, you could argue.
It's one of those movies where like it makes you think, and at the very end, you're like, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it definitely has hidden meaning. I think from, like you say, the human couldn't.
Whatever the hidden meaning, it just has like a
deeper meaning. Yeah. But I think what you say, like the human didn't catch on any of this. I think that's because I think animals are a little bit more in tune with other supernatural things. I think that's definitely something that's been discussed. So it makes sense that the dog could perceive that and be aware of that, and maybe the owner didn't. But overall, it's not too bad of a film. It's literally set in like one place, cabin in the middle of the woods.
It's a low budget movie, you could tell.
Yeah, but that didn't bother me. But I think the dog was so cute, and I don't mean to spoil it, but I am happy to say nothing bad happens to the dog. So that's what's preventing you from seeing this movie. Don't, because the dog is fine.
But see, here's the thing too: is that being a dog owner, because the dog has fear, and you can sense that a lot with different emotions, right? Not just
animals have emotions. Yes.
Yeah, the look on it, and then not just that, but the noises. So it's like, do you really want to hear that? So I would stress the scene of dog owners. I was stressing.
Some of it's hard.
It'll be hard. It'll be tough to watch this. I would say that because
nothing bad happens to the dog. Just going to preface this. I know you can Google it. Google search away. But yes, there's some like it's hard to watch just because of like you see the dog in shock and fear and under stress, and of course you want the best for this innocent creature.
Yeah, for sure. And then you also get to see the pacing of this movie is just a little over an hour and 13 minutes, and that's a perfect runtime because I feel like that I think it would have been overboard. I think it wouldn't have been as clear of a message. I think it would have got lost along the way. But at the very end at the end of the day, this movie is so good. It's I don't want to say I loved it. It's really good. It's a solid movie. Different horror elements in there, horror shadows that we got out of this movie, and it's so good. I just love that. I love that a lot.
The creature, if you will, I don't know what else to describe it. The entity.
It's the afterlife. Death. It's death. The afterlife.
The makeup on that, the effects on that was pretty cool. I will say that. Yeah, interesting. It's very scary. It didn't take too much. It took a little bit of makeup, a little bit of lighting, a little bit of shadowing.
And one of the key angles. One of the key things I do want to say as well is because the dog being man's best friend, it shows loyalty and protection as well throughout the whole film, and you get to see that a lot because you get to see the dog kind of bark and kind of react to what's happening at the house or what's happening around the owner. And you get that sense to where like I need to protect him, and that's all of us, right? That's our common sense, is that we see how a dog's protecting man's best friend, man and everything. So it just you get to see that a little bit more from the dog's point of view, and I really did love that loyalty that comes from Indy. And even though he doesn't talk, he still has a voice in this movie. It's so good, man. That dog needs an Oscar. That's all I'm saying. That dog better be invited to the Oscars because he needs to be nominated. I'll leave it at that. That dog needs to be nominated. The scene where like the creature's this figurine's about to happen or comes right in front of him, dude, his face is like so like, dude, it's just wow, it's so scary, and he deserves an Oscar. I'll say that dog deserves an Oscar.
That dog is real cute.
At least get nominated. I'll say that. Yeah, but
cute dog.
But at the end of the day, Angela already said it. Indy does survive, but the supernatural presence, I would say, it kind of leaves it open ended, which is good though. But it has a simple supernatural being, which is death, afterlife, whatever you want to say, right? So I like that a lot. I like how it made it simple, and then of course the Indy kind of surviving that in a way, but it offers hope though, I would say, because for Indy to kind of like let his own let whoever let them rest rest in peace, and we get that a lot.
So again, I just think that it does have like that, like you say, deeper meaning. But in surface level, the scares are pretty good. I agree. I didn't love it,
but at the same time though, the dog, he doesn't want to
leave him.
Yeah, leave him, exactly. He doesn't want to give up, right?
Yeah, because again, I don't think the dog understands exactly what's happening, which is the point because I don't think animals really understand the concept of mortality.
But he knows something's off.
He knows something's wrong.
But he sees it.
And he can be sense fear.
Yeah.
But I don't think he understands like, oh, this is my owner's time to go because he was sick. You know, exactly, that goes over the dog's head, animal's head. So
and same thing goes over our head because we can't see it. So that's double.
But we understand mortality and we understand death and we understand all that. So.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, it's at the end of the day, it's a pretty interesting, different take on a horror thriller that I've seen. Mm-hmm. I would agree it's more thriller than horror.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree. I didn't love it, but it was still a pretty solid film, I would say.
Rating 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest, Angela. What do you give the rating?
I would give it a 6.5 because I think it was such a simple story, but it did have some scares. Did I love it? No, unfortunately I didn't. But it was a really, really interesting point of view. And I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy this. It is a little bit different take than what we've kind of seen recently. And I again, nothing bad happens to the dog. But the dog, you can't help but love him. He looks so cute and adorable and so he's loyal. And so again, I recommend people give it a shot, even though it has horror.
Yeah, no, definitely go see this movie, guys. I mean, I cannot stress this enough. Go see it. It's October. This is a great movie to get us into that spooky season. 31 days of October. And one of the key things I'm going to say as well is the fact that, you know, we see that supernatural presence, right? The dog. We see Indy kind of have the past tragedy as well. I'll say that. So I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but past tragedy. So he gets to kind of see it, past tragedies that occurred at that house. So it definitely is interesting because you see, kind of tell that story in a way from the dog's point of view, but there's no dialogue. You gotta remember, the dialogue's only coming from the human, obviously. It's not like the cats and dogs movie where the dogs and cats are talking and you're like,
I don't like that movie.
No, man, that's a good movie. Anyways, that's a good kid movie. Anyways, I give a solid 6 out of 10, guys. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? This is definitely a great movie. Go check out this film. I cannot stress this enough because it's an independent movie with a very minimum budget. It's not that big of a budget, and you can really tell that they used every cent to make sure the dog was very sharp looking, and he looks grand. He looks good. I mean, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it from the point of view of the dog. You know, now I got to make one for the cat. Now that's the one. Good cat.
So to speak.
yeah.
And no, they have. There was one. I think it was one of those exorcism movies. I don't think it was the Exorcism of Emily Rose. It was something like that, and that traumatized because I saw it in theater, and it was like not necessarily from the point of view of the cat, but it was like the possessed child picked up a camera, like the camera from a filming crew that was filming her and her story, and it cornered the cat and like to the cat, and you see it from the point of view of the camera because that's how the movie shot. It's a found footage. And that traumatized me. So no, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela This
is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Have a good one. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and let us know in the comments down below. Question is, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below for Good Boy. And have a wonderful day. See you at the movies, guys. Laters.